Three, two, one. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Hatfield Hatter Club, the podcast where the hats are optional and reality is mostly a suggestion. I am joined today by the wonderful Sue. Hello, Nanu. How are you?
Hello, I am very well now.
Second take, third take, actually. So I've already told you what this is, well, how we're going to do this, but I will tell everyone again. We are going to discuss, we're going to do the Hatfield hypothetical club confessions, all that kind of stuff. We obviously do that every episode, but we're also going to talk about what it's like to live in South Africa and only come to the UK every 2 years to see grandkids and all that kind of stuff. We'll also talk about how you met my grandfather, who hopefully will let me interview him at some point, which we'll see. But let's start. Oh, I need my script. Let's start with a club confession. This is from Emily. I swear if you say which Emily. Do you know which Emily I'm on about? At Oliver's wedding, when we went to the hotel, I in front of the camera, I tripped over the step and fell face forward into the floor. That was this week's club confession. I thought that was quite funny, actually. I'm gonna say it's funny. Hatfield hypothetical. You've had time to think about this now. I did. If you could be an inanimate object for one day, what would you choose and why?
You're gonna ask me when I last felt so stupid. Um, I would be Isabel's cell phone.
Why?
Get to know all the secrets as she's growing up.
I think you'd more want to be mine or Ethan's, but okay. Well, not mine. Mine is boring. Ethan's. Okay. Okay, well then I'm not going to ask you where would you like to be placed because obviously you'd be placed with Isabel. But actually, would you choose to be her cell phone on a weekday when there's nothing going on, or the weekend?
Definitely the weekend.
Okay. Okay.
When she's older.
Oh, so you can just invade her private. Okay. Moving on from that. Hello. Moving on. Where's it gone? Where has it gone? We'll find it. Okay, tell us like in depth, because the segment is meant to be 10 to 15 minutes. In depth, in like full, like step by step, day by day kind of thing. How did you meet my grandfather? And you can take the mic.
Hope you're not finding this boring.
Hold it very close.
I was at university in Newcastle, living in a house, and an old school friend of mine came up and she wanted somewhere to live, so she came to live in our house. There were the two girls, or three girls and three chaps. And in the summer, she always went down to work in Woolacombe in Devon,
Yeah.
as a lot of the people from my school did, but I had never been. And she asked me to go down with her that summer. Glenn had been there the summer before with his sister and his brother, and his sister actually met her husband down there. And then the next year they went down again, the three of them, and I went down with my friend. And then there was a Lindisfarne concert, which was strange because Lindisfarne were a Newcastle group where I was at university. And everybody was going in Glenn's little mini car because he was the only one with a car. And as soon as I said I wanted to go, everybody else just sort of dropped out. So we just went together.
And then how did you start? And then how did you start courting?
Well, I suppose it all started that night. And after that, we all went round in a gang. There was surfing and there was a disco and we all worked together. So it was great fun.
Okay, and then this was in the UK? Devon. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't. I was paying attention, but also I wasn't. Um, and then you lived in the UK until you had your firstborn, my mum. Oh yeah, you had all of your children here, and then you moved to South Africa. Say that again.
When Faye was 5 and Luke was 18 months and Gary was 3.
Okay, and You lived in Chartwell first.
No, Joburg North.
Joburg North. Okay. And then what? You lived in Joburg, and then you lived in Centurion and all that places, and then you moved to Southbrim in 2015, 2016, and then you obviously started bowling. You joined the golf club. That was yeah, obviously to play canasta. You go on walks with Cheryl and all your friends. You do the bowling and all that kind of stuff. What's that like to be able to just live life to the fullest?
Wonderful. Lots of lunches out, lots of dinners out, lots of social events at the bowls club.
And
Never boring.
you're going back to South Africa on Tuesday, and you're barely going to be there for a day, and then you're going to Port Elizabeth for a bowls competition. So why didn't you tell us about that?
Well, it's not my competition, it's Glenn's competition. It's the national men's fours. It's singles, pairs, and fours. And it's held in a different part of the country every year. And Glenn enters, and I always go and watch. And it lasts for a week.
Okay, that's nice. And then this memory just popped into my head, so I'm going to ask you this. Do you remember that cheese shop in Hennops River that we always used to go to? No, sorry, the one with the tractors and the sand pit.
Van Garland in Hartbeespoort Dam.
So what is your, because that was where the sand pit was, or that's that the sand pit where we kept falling back, or was that Northcott Manor? Okay, so
Cheese, all different flavours of Edam cheese.
okay, and what? There's lots of photos, and I'll put one in the right hand side and I'll to see. But what is your favorite memory at Van Garland?
Definitely all of you sitting on a log and then falling backwards, holding hands into the sand.
That was the memory that came into my head. I thought you would say that. And what about at Northcott Manor? Because oh geez, this mum must have been
Two.
no, because this was because we went that. Talk louder so we can hear you.
That was in the restaurant we went to for somebody's birthday in Four Ways.
No, it wasn't. The sandpit was at at Van Garland. It was at Van Garland. She posted on her Facebook the other day.
They did that at there was a place when Isabel was about 18
Not
months
the
old.
Karoo. No.
No, it was like in Honeydew somewhere like that, North Riding.
Okay, well, figure that out and tell us.
And the first time was Van Garland. It was so hilarious.
I love Van Garland. Van Garland. Let me see if I can get the pic. I'll get it later. But
held hands and Isabel in the middle.
yeah. Well, let me see if I can get the picture of us like on the swing, like just before we moved to this country. It must have been 2020. Yeah, whenever you were in Joburg, which is quite often before we moved. It's in my emails. Let me see if I can find it. And then I'll share my screen. Adam Benjamin. Right, well, while I'm finding this out, tell us your favorite memory at Northcott Manor.
Northcott Manor. I can't remember anything particularly happening at Northcott Manor. We used to go there a lot because it was quite near your play school. And it was a lovely garden to play in, and they did nice lunches. And I probably remember you and Ethan, especially, not Isabel, but you and Ethan playing together on all the rides and slides and swings.
This is a picture that we took at Van Garland. It'll get there in a second. We took this at Van Garland just before we moved. So you remember that, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got another one.
And I remember that day, didn't we buy that little girl an ice cream?
Yeah.
We bought you all one, and we bought one for another little girl, and she was
This is a key picture.
she was so thrilled that somebody had bought ice cream.
It'll get there as well. There you go. I like that picture.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, no,
How old were you there?
oh gosh, I must have been 9.
2016.
No, it was before that. Because
2015.
No, it was after that. How do I stop sharing my
Was it
screen?
before you came to England, you say, or before we went to
Before we came to
South Broome?
England,
And what year did you come to England? 20.
2021.
Oh,
So it will have been.
you
I
were
don't know.
born in.
No, well, it was after. When did we go to Marvel? On ice?
Or what year were you born?
Yeah, we moved here in November 2021, but I had the Rocket Teddy, so that was after we went to Marvel, so it must have been 2020.
And how old were you then?
9.
2011. Yeah, 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I always enjoyed Van Galen. What else did we always do? We always used to do things when you were there.
We used to go to Pappuccino's
I love Puppuccino.
on Monday when you got free pizzas or something.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Also, there was a new restaurant, Papa John's or something. No, not Papa John's. It was like something Daddy's.
Oh yeah,
Always
in
awesome.
Cedar Square.
Cedar Square. That's it.
Yeah, I don't think ever. We did go there.
I know. I remember the question. Tell the story when you drove off the ledge at Fourways Mall.
That wasn't my fault.
Oh, tell the story.
We had come upon holiday from South Broome up to the farm, and I think your mum and dad were picking you lot up at the nursery school on you were in Broadacre because your mum and dad were picking you up, and I went to the Food Lovers Market, which I've been to hundreds of times before.
Oh yeah, my dad had just been to the hospital. Yeah, yeah.
And I knew this place really well, and I came out, packed my shopping, and then I'm thinking, and now you drive up the ramp and you go into Fourways Garden, to Fourways, and then I can go to Checkers. So I'm thinking you just go straight down the car park, up the ramp, and I'm busy looking way in the distance where the ramp is. And the next thing, the car's at 60 degrees. And I actually got out, and it was just hanging on by its back wheels.
Literally.
And they'd actually made a new road from the car park down onto William Nicol, but they'd put orange mesh
They didn't even know there was no fence.
and then just where I was driving, there was no orange mesh. So I just assumed I was going straight across in the car park, because that's how it had always been.
Just for reference, that car doesn't exist anymore.
No, not after that, it doesn't. And then all these rude people came and started taking pictures of me.
Me being one of them, by the way.
And you lot came, and Adam said, "Nanu, how did you do that?" And all the centre management came.
Oh yeah, and then you were in such a panic. You phoned my mom, and this was just after we'd gotten the EcoSport, and she answered on the radio, and she's like, "Faye, Faye." Oh no, we had the Renault. Faye, Faye, get to Fourways Mall. Da, da, da. And you were like in such a state of panic. It was hilarious. And then the eggs on the back seat had fallen off into the thing, and they survived. I was so.
I didn't get hurt.
The car did though.
And then they came with the tow truck, and instead of lifting it at the front and pulling it back onto the car park, they towed it from the back, and it just took the whole undercarriage off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was quite an experience.
That was quite an experience. I had another question relating to that now, and I can't remember. Oh yeah, since then they have actually. I asked Nana yesterday. They've got like huge fencing that goes all the way around Fourways Mall now.
That was very negligent of them.
Yeah.
And they were quite worried about it, I could see.
They were probably
Because
quite worried
it
that they
was
were going to
their
get.
fault.
They were also worried that they're going to get sued.
Well, it was their fault. You can't just put a new road in with no barriers.
No, you can't. It's not safe. Like imagine having a bridge in this country with no sides.
No,
You can't. It's
can't
not.
do that.
You can't do it.
It's a good anomaly.
Yeah, it's a weird anomaly. You don't go to Joburg that much anymore, do you?
Never. Never, if we can help it. We went last year for the Nationals competition. That's the one we're going to when we get back, but it's in Port Elizabeth. But last year it was in Joburg. So that was really fun because we stayed with friends and we went out a lot, and it was
That's nice. That's nice.
it was nice. One of my friends, Haley, and she came to watch it with me one day.
So you had someone to talk to. Okay. Oh, pardon me. Oh. What is your? So you have 7 grandchildren. Does excluding Cooper because he's only a year old now? What is your favorite memory with all 6 of us?
Without Cooper,
Yeah, because Cooper's only been a year.
I can't think because there's not that many times when you've all been together. Only when we've been here on holiday.
Okay. Favorite memory, me, Ethan, and Isabel.
Are you Ethan and is it? I've got so many, Adam. I can't just pick one.
Pick 5 then. Top 5.
When you were all born, not together,
thanks,
but
then.
when you were all born, that was quite special. And when my children were born, they were exceptional times. But when the 3 of you, I just enjoyed I enjoyed all our time together. We had such fun. We used to pick you up from nursery school, and you used to take it in turns to choose which coffee shop we were going to.
Yeah.
Which was your favourite playground? It was the Purple Tulip, the Spa at Broadacres,
Spur.
Pappuccino's.
Spur, not Spa.
No, at the back of the Spa, there was a playground and a coffee shop.
There was, yes. I apologise.
And the Pappuccino's. Where else did we go? Purple Tulip, Purple Tulip, Purple Tulip. That was a favourite because it had a zip line, didn't it? It had a
Yes.
fluffy slide.
Also, when you moved to Southborough, our favourite was always the cowshed.
Oh yeah, well that was my favourite as well because I got you egg on toast, 10
10
rand
rand.
each.
How much is that? That's what? 50p?
10 rand.
50p.
Yeah.
Alexa, how much pounds is 50 ZAR?
It was 50p.
50's payload capacity is 12,130.
Useless.
No, it was about 50p then.
Yeah. Shush.
It's even less now. But it was so nice as well. You got a fried egg on a slice of toast, yeah. Bought you a drink, a
No.
milkshake.
The one thing that never can be beaten is your egg and shoulders that you used to
Egg
make.
soldiers,
Egg and shoulders, yeah. It was always good.
Ethan still likes them.
Ethan, he refuses to eat most things. He's like, egg, I want egg. Ethan, what do you want for dinner? Egg.
Yeah, well, he was
Quite
brought
predictable.
up on them, wasn't it? That's all.
Yeah, I know.
He never used to eat anything else, but you could always.
Me and Isabel have always been quite clever. Isabel's gotten a lot worse,
No,
but
you were good. You were like vegetables
I'm
and
still not
salad.
Papacito.
Yeah. But Ethan just.
Do you remember when we would go to go out for dinner and you'd get a drink and Isabel would take the lemon and just sit there like.
Oh yeah, we
sucking on the
often
lemon?
comment on that. She loved lemon.
I think it was when she was teething as well. A lot of the time when she was teething,
Oh,
she would
does
go
I've
she
never
just
known a child that likes
stuck on
lemon.
the
like
lemon.
that.
So hilarious.
We
I
were
don't know
talking
why.
about that the other day as well.
Yeah, we were. Right, shall I find the list of questions that I've been asked to ask? I'm saving the environment, one piece of paper at a time. Also, I wasn't at school, so I couldn't print this when I made it this morning. Favorite movie and why?
My favourite movie has always been Up Close and Personal
Why?
with Robert Redford and what's her name? I can't think of her name.
Alexa, who stars in Up Close and Personal?
Michelle
Cast
Pfeiffer.
of Up Close and Personal includes Robert Redford, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle.
Alexa, go to sleep.
I love that film, and the music from it's great as
Yeah.
well.
James Redbourne.
Favorite song?
Favourite song must be Tamla Motown.
Okay, favorite song that I played you in the Lake District?
Favourite song is probably. I liked all those songs. And you were supposed to do me a playlist, and you
Your
haven't.
playlist.
If I could refresh my memory, Alex,
Warren.
Alex Warren.
Shall I play? Oh, I could play, but then I get a copyright strike.
But my favourite singer. Oh, I loved all the Tamla Motown songs.
Do you remember the?
Freddie
Do
Mercury.
you remember the? Oh, I hope you know I'll carry you home. Or
Yeah, that
you got
was.
me taking you out of the ordinary. Those are Alex Warren.
Yeah.
And then the bar song one.
Oh yeah,
That was quite. I like that song.
That was good.
Did I play you American?
Take Me Home. Was that?
Let's carry
was it-
you home.
Okay.
Did I play you American Kids? Double wide, quick shot, midnight treat. I didn't play that. I must play that for you.
But when I
okay.
was younger, I liked it. Well, I still do. All Tamla Motown from being 15. That's always my favourite music.
Yeah,
And
okay.
Bob Dylan and the.
Oh, we've got an unexpected visitor. Hello, Ethan.
Are you the sexy lead man?
You can't say that. No, don't go that way. Don't go that way. Go the other way. Oh, this is not gonna. Don't touch. Don't touch. Yeah, okay, that worked. Favorite season?
English season or South African season?
Both.
In England, I think it's the
Just like
spring.
pepper.
The spring because you get all the flowers blooming after a miserable winter. And in South Africa, the seasons aren't really very prevalent
summer.
in South Africa. I quite like the winter because there's no rain and it doesn't get that searing heat that we get in the summer. So I like the winter.
Okay, winter. Favorite day of the week? Don't you dare, Ethan.
Favorite day of the week? Thursday when I go and play canasta.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, sure.
And sometimes we have a bowls competition in the morning, so that's nice.
Go the other way though.
I play my bowls competition and then I walk to the golf club and have a bit of lunch and then canasta starts.
That's nice. Biggest fear.
Biggest fear. I suppose the biggest fear is that anybody in your family gets really sick.
The greatest fear, like spiders and
Oh, greatest fear. Oh, I hate spiders. Hate spiders.
spiders.
I would say I studied zoology and I know they're completely harmless most of them. When we went to South America, we went on a nighttime nature walk with the guide and he showed us a big, I think it was an orange spider hiding in this plant, and he said it was so venomous. If you got bitten by it, you would be dead.
I remember when we lived in the farm, and this was a huge farm. It was like what, 24 hectares, 21 hectares, and the dogs, the electric fence never worked. Pardon me. And Tannen and Blackie got under the fence, and Cephas came to us like, Tannen, Blackie aren't here, so we're like, oh crap. So we go out and we drive down this big, the driveway. Drive down and we get to the end, the white gate. And Isabel's got her head full out the window, and she says, "Mommy, it's a snake!" And there was this. It must have been a very venomous snake. Stood up, like ready to pounce, kind of thing.
Cobra.
Yeah, cobra. And we reversed, and it had gone. And we were like, "Oh my goodness!" And then we didn't see the dogs for like a day and a half, and then they came back, and we're like, "Oh my greatness!"
One of them got bitten by a cobra by the rat house at the bottom.
Yeah.
One of them got bitten by a cobra, and the staff killed the cobra, and I rushed her to the vet, and it was on. They had to put it on a drip for about 3 days.
Which one was this?
I can't remember. We had so many dogs. It was one of the brown ones.
We had like 35 dogs at the end with the puppies.
Attacks from the people next door.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I think.
Food everyone loves, but you hate.
I love all food. What
Yeah,
do I
because-
hate? What do I hate? You have to ask Manna that. I can't even think of anything that I really
Shall we summon him?
hate. No.
No.
Well, give me some ideas. I can't actually.
Like,
Oh, I don't like really hot food. Really hot food.
not everyone. Well, I like really hot food, depending on what it is. But I don't like Yeah, okay. One thing that I hate that everyone, like most British people, like is a pork pie. So
Which we
good.
just had for
I
lunch
know. That's why I didn't finish it.
from the market.
Yeah, it was quite good to be. That one was quite good, but I don't like pork pie. It made me
Oh,
feel sick.
well, why did you eat it?
Because I like the big ones. I don't know why they just taste different. But
I like the ones with an egg in, but that one didn't have an
Scotch
egg in.
eggs.
No, a pork pie with an egg in the middle.
Oh, okay. Best food combo. Okay, so this is my opinion. You're gonna hate me for this, but banana on pizza. Banana on pizza, it's so good.
Avocado.
I haven't tried avocado actually.
Bacon and avocado is not something.
Yeah.
Whether it's raw or whether it's been put in the oven.
Okay, what is your best food combo?
Fish and chips. I love my fish and chips. Or I like toad in the hole. I like a really nice salad that somebody else has made. Because I don't make very nice salads. Roast dinner.
Yes, I agree with that. That is
Pasta and rice I'm not that keen on. And that's all we seem to have had this holiday. Lots of pasta, lots of rice. It's easy, I suppose.
yeah, it is. Favorite subject?
Geology.
Okay, other than geology, because that's obvious.
Biology.
Don't go that way, Ethan.
Why have we got all these people in the background?
I don't know.
Zoology, biology.
Yeah, I quite enjoy biology actually.
Or paleontology, that's my favourite.
They don't do that anymore at normal school.
Paleontology, they never have done.
No, they did. They used to do it. They did it in the 2000s.
Not that I've ever heard of.
No, I could be wrong. I don't know.
No, nobody's taught. There's not many universities do a degree in pure paleontology.
Yeah.
They're part of a geology course.
Another question for you. What is your most chaotic story since like being in South Brim or being in the UK or whatever?
Chaotic. You do put. If you gave me a chance to think, I might think of some really good things.
Okay, I'll give you time to think.
1 million zillion jillion dillion cotillion times later.
I think my whole life is chaos most of the time.
It was this. What happened the other day that I was said we should say for the podcast?
Well, who knows? I think I had a very chaotic moment when we woke up in Chartwell and we had that big 4-bedroom house and it was raining heavy and the people next door had decided to build on their...
Hello. Other way.
The people above us had decided to build a house and they'd built a wall outside our kitchen. And all the rain came down, and whereas before it just ran away along the whole length of the wall, which was the whole length of the boundary, which was quite big. And when they put the wall up, they didn't put any holes in the bottom, and all this water just came under the wall and just flooded our house, so the house was full of muddy, sandy water.
Well, we had a similar thing.
4:00 in.
Oh, geez, that's tough.
That was chaos.
We've had 2 incidents at our new house like that. One was like the other day. My mom was sat in the lounge. She was watching Survivor, and it starts dripping out the. Oh, I can't turn it around. I'll show you. Oh, my leg. So it's. Huh? Oh yeah, sure. No, yeah, sure.
You can't tell that story or the other story.
The other story the landlord knows about. So it started leaking out of the window, but not out of the other side. So we're like, it can't be rain. Let me just reposition this camera. So we're like, it can't be rain. So my mom's like, Keith, did you leave anything on? No. Goes upstairs. The whole kitchen was flooded. Anyway, moving on. And then the one day my dad was in hospital for his nosebleeds, and we go downstairs and my sister goes to get something out of the toilet or out of the hallway, and she's like, Ma, the carpets are wet. And we walk in and the bathroom was flooded. They did put us in a hotel for 2 days, which was quite nice. Yeah, the upstairs one, the first floor one. That was very chaos.
But we got a good insurance payout and we managed to make it work. So got all brand new carpets. Some of the furniture was repaired.
That's nice.
But at the time when you've got water halfway up to your knees and it's 4 o'clock in the morning
That's not a nice.
and all you can do to be helpful is make everybody tea. It was coming in the back door and Glenn was sweeping it out the front door.
When in distress, make a cup of tea. I'm sure you have lots of chaotic stories from the farm.
I'm sure, but I don't
Oh,
want to remember any of them.
cockroaches. Oh, the cockroaches. Cupboard cockroach. Oh, it was
Oh.
ridiculous.
From the birds outside in the baby room where it was kept warm.
Yeah.
There was always food in there and they got invaded with cockroaches and then they met and it was right next to the kitchen and then
Yeah.
they were in the kitchen. Oh, I used to hate it. And we have cockroaches this big.
Is
In
that
fact, that big. No, in Natal.
Oh, really?
The little cockroaches in Joburg, but
No.
they're this
Striking. We used to have cockroaches so big in the farm.
no, big in.
Yeah, that's how I am.
But they're only one at a time occasionally.
Well, like we have ants every so often. It's not that bad. And how is it running a guest room in South Broome? Whalehaven for anyone who's going to South Africa.
It's quiet at the moment. It was really, really busy up until COVID with people coming from Germany and America
Yeah.
and England all over the place.
Well, at the moment, well, let's look
But
at
then
posts.
it got very popular with people renting out their rooms, so there was lots of choice. And we haven't had one booking this year. So I got a booking for Christmas,
Yeah, we do.
just for 2 nights.
We've got 2 for Christmas, actually.
Yeah, but
That's
I've not
really
been there
good.
this year, and Gary was there for 3 weeks, so that's 3 months straight away that you couldn't. And we're
Well,
only in the
actually, when
fifth.
you search guest rooms in KwaZulu-Natal, you're actually one of the first results on Google.
Oh, good, because we're so good.
Yeah, you're just amazing. Oh, here's a good one. Not including names. Funniest guest story.
Funniest or most annoying,
Most annoying and funniest. Do most annoying first.
and the nicest guess. The most annoying was some people who decided they would have to go back to Joburg because there was trouble on the highway. So they weren't going to stay for the full time. They had to leave now. So they literally packed up and left their half-eaten toasted sandwiches everywhere and their personal items in the bedside drawer. And it was all pretty disgusting. I got a big bin bag and just turfed everything out. And then we had other people who decided they would sit in bed and shake red brutal fruit. And it was all up the walls, all over the bedding, all on the floor, and on my white table next to the bed. Which
If you're the guest that's watching this, please apologize.
I don't think they were.
Nicest.
The nicest was a young couple from Limpopo. They lived on a farm
You're gonna say.
in Limpopo, and they went deep sea fishing. And they asked, please, did I have room in my freezer for all the fish they were catching? I said, yeah, I've got a big chest freezer. You can put anything you like in. And then they invited us up to our own swimming pool and braai to have a fish braai with them. And they did everything. And they'd caught rock cod, tuna, Englishman, which I never knew was a fish, and a few others. And they'd braaied it all for us and made salads and everything. And then when they left us one of each of the fish in the freezer, but they were like a tuna is a big fish. So it was lovely. They were really nice. And they were only a young couple. And they were telling us they were going off to Czechoslovakia to teach English.
I remember that guest.
Mm.
Funniest.
Funniest guest. Oh, well, when you all came for Christmas, I
Mhm.
think it
I
was.
knew you were gonna mention.
And there were these people downstairs staying over Christmas from New Zealand. and they were our age, but they were spending Christmas with their children in Southbourne, but they didn't have enough room for them to sleep. So they'd booked our guest room so they'd have somewhere to sleep. And they were really annoying, not funny, just annoying. And you all came and we were sitting in the lounge when you were all in bed, I think. And I don't know whether we were just going to have a game of cards or play a game or something. And these two just came up the stairs as if they owned the place. And Glenn offered them a drink, and they stayed the whole night drinking and chatting and telling us how wonderful, how rich they were, and how wonderful life in New Zealand was, and how they've been all over the world. I thought, well, why are you staying in the cheapest Airbnb in Southbourne if you've got all this money? But they were quite irritating because they weren't supposed to come upstairs. And then he says to me, "Oh, I really like your meerkats, your metal meerkats. When I came up to look at the view earlier, I was admiring them." So he'd actually been up into our lounge and out onto our deck, and I had a nice nosy around. So
You've never had a guest like that before.
no, because I told them they're not allowed upstairs. If you need me, you ring the front doorbell and I'll come down, or ring me on the phone.
We actually considered putting a gate in at one time.
Yeah, we bought one, but we couldn't make it fit. It was too difficult because that wall is half a wall. So where'd you put it?
Do you remember the guest that stayed there? It must have been the Christmas before this one that you just told us about. And we were bathing. We were in the bath, and it was just above their bathroom, in the guest room. And we were like messing around. We were going all over the bath and like splashing each other. And these guests the next day, they checked out and they were like, "We heard the kids in the bath last night, and it was so nice listening to them having fun." And then they left a glowing review on Airbnb.
I do not remember that.
I remember that.
I remember the bad reviews, not the good reviews.
Yeah. Shall we read some of the reviews?
If you like. Terrible couple from. Where were they from? Oh, from Four Ways. I said, "Oh, that's where we used to live," but there was no interaction at all. It was a young couple.
Yeah.
And the next
Right,
day,
you talk. I'm going to get your phone so I can read the reviews.
you children were all with us, and there was lots of noise going on. And they used to stop in bed till 1 o'clock in the after lunch. So we used to take the children down to the beach at 5 o'clock and keep them busy, and then we'd come back and have breakfast. And then at 11 o'clock, the people were still in bed. So I said to the kids, "You go out and play. You play on the driveway. You play wherever you like, because there's no way I am going to pander to these people that can't bother to get out of bed." And then when they did get out, they would turn the air conditioning on and go out for the rest of the day and leave it on.
Yes.
And they were really not very nice people. And they, the first night, they actually phoned Canada and complained about the accommodation. It wasn't what they wanted.
Canada?
Yeah, well, Airbnb's from Canada, I think, or America. And they phoned me in the minute we're having Christmas dinner with some friends it was on the 16th of December, which is a local holiday. And we were upstairs, we're having a nice Christmas dinner, roast turkey and all the trimmings. And this couple's quite elderly. So everybody was being very well behaved, not a lot of noise. And they phoned me up from Canada. These people weren't happy. It wasn't what they were expecting. Would we consider, they'd booked for 3 weeks at Christmas. Would we consider giving them a refund and letting them go somewhere else? I said, well, they can go wherever they like, but I'm not giving them a refund. They can just leave. But oh, well, we'll try and find you people for the accommodation. I said, well, you won't find anybody for Christmas accommodation on the 16th of December, will you? So I said they must go, but they're not getting a refund. So they stayed for 3 weeks and never spoke to me again. They were so horrible. And this is a young couple, so they weren't old or anything. I know.
So you've been hosting for 7 years. You have got a 4.81 rating.
10. 5.
Okay. 53 reviews. And if we read a few,
Don't read that one.
huh?
They left me a terrible review, those people.
Oh no. Right, let's see. Reviews. Here we go.
Like the noisy chicken.
We felt like home when. Hang on. We felt like we were home with our family members. We had a great time with Sue. She is so friendly and welcoming. Looking forward to going again. If you want to go on a holiday, do not hesitate to go to this place. Why would you do that? Do not hesitate to go to this place. It is very peaceful and neat. You can also walk to the beach and a nice swimming pool. Again, thank you so much, Sue. We had a lovely weekend. Sue is a wonderful, friendly host. The house was very clean and very user friendly. If you're looking for some quiet time and beautiful views, this is really the place to go. We will definitely be back. Huh?
They never do.
No, they say that, but so let me find that review from when.
I had one lady once. She had a sister in there, but she didn't want to stay with her. She didn't get on with her very well. But she used to come and visit, and she came to us about 4 or 5 different times. But
Yeah.
normally they don't come back.
Yeah, all of these are five. Most of these are 5 stars. Fantastic. Fantastic stay, exceeded our expectations. The view from the deck and pool is outstanding. The place is very clean and the 2 hosts are very welcoming and give great tips.
Involve much.
No.
But if anything goes wrong, he goes and fixes it.
So I don't know why they gave a 3-star review. This one and said friendly and welcoming. Who knows?
Some people say it's not good value for money, which is ridiculous.
It's like £10 for a
It's for
night.
nothing.
Anyway.
If they want better accommodation, they must go and pay for it.
Exactly. I think it's great value for money. Well, I think that's it for today's descent into beautiful, chaotic madness.
We're going to go and have a nice South African braai
We are.
in the sunshine.
We are. If life ever makes sense, we'll probably quit this podcast. But until then, stay weird, stay confused, and always keep your emotional hot top hat slightly askew. Thank you, Noni, for joining us. This has been the Hatfield Hatter Club. We'll see you all in the next one. Thank you. Bye. Oh no, we're still recording. Stop. Stop.